All right, it's the time of the program where we open up our unsolved case file. These are stories that need your help, your attention. Investigators are trying to solve a case. Families are looking for justice, and it hasn't been delivered yet. And maybe if you take a look and have information, you can come forward. Now is the time. We've posted the story on social media as well, so you can share it so more people know about it, and maybe that lead comes in that helps a family that's gone through absolute heartbreak. Tonight is, again, one of those stories. It's a story of a 19-year-old young man. Dominic was his name. And he's 19 years old. I think back when I was 19, that's like when you're starting to really go out and take your place in the world and starting to forge your path. And he was simply walking home, and his life was taken. And to this day, this is back in 2018, still no justice for Diamonic Arca-Jones. Our great affiliate, WMAR, has more for us tonight.
Oh, I think of him every day.
Every day.
When I come down these steps every morning, just about, good morning, Dominic. I look right at his picture and say good morning to her.
His pictures still cover many of the walls in his home, and the memories of the 19-year-old still fills the hearts of the two men who raised Diamonic Rayshawn Arca-Jones.
I miss Sundays. He and I would go to the movies on Sundays. I miss that.
He made me dress up as a chauffeur and take him to the prom. And I didn't mind it because I was a part of what he wanted.
Jeffrey Williams and Gregory Jones adopted Dominic when he was just 8. He was active in his church and helping his neighbors. He graduated from Parkville High School in the ROTC program in 2017. He had hoped to join the Marines.
Oh, he was a great kid. He was good. I mean, he was the kid in the neighborhood that everybody loved.
Sadly, it was in the Parkville neighborhood that loved him where Dominic was killed October 20th, 2018.
Understand what
Don't
it is.
know why that happened to him. We just don't know.
Yeah.
It's the craziest thing.
It was 7:45 when he was gunned down at Taylor and Beverly Avenues. He had just left the Parkway Crossing shopping center. Dominic was nearly home when he was shot several times and left for dead.
I was actually here, and when I went down to the scene, I saw his tennis shoe, and I was like, what's going on?
He had spoken to some people in the shopping center. We have video surveillance of him leaving the shopping center, and as he does so, we're able to pick him up on other surveillance video from area businesses as he makes his way home. He's about a block away from his house when shots ring out. There is no surveillance video that we're able to see of the actual shooter.
Baltimore County Police Officer Jen Peach says they don't know if he was targeted or mistaken for someone else. They're hoping new surveillance video of a white car with very identifiable rims leaving the scene the night Dominic was shot could help them catch his killers.
We believe that this Lexus is a key piece of information in this homicide investigation. Either this Lexus is involved in the shooting or may have seen something.
While an arrest won't bring their fun-loving bright son back, it could bring his dads what they've been praying for: peace.
Wasn't prepared for this, because I'm prepared for me going first and then him afterwards. But to actually see him leave here at the age of ripe 19, no. We're not supposed to be burning kids at this age.
It would mean the world to me because, we need closure. We have no closure. And right now, we know he's gone, but it still felt like he should be walking through this door.
In these cases, there's always someone who knows something. And it's this moment where that person has to come forward. Here's the phone number, 410-307-2020. 410-307-2020. Baltimore Police, please, please, come forward. Now is the time. Now is the time. I want to bring in our special guest joining us from Parkville, Maryland, the parents of Dominic. Gregory Jones and Jeffrey Williams are with us. Also joining us on the phone, Baltimore police officer Danielle Moore. Welcome to everyone. Greg and Jeffrey, I wanted to start and just say how amazing those pictures are that I saw in the piece of Dominic and the three of you together. Priceless, I know, but really tell a huge story already about the incredible relationship that you all had and how much you missed Dominic. Tell me a little bit about him.
Well, he was a good kid. You know, we did a lot of things together. You know, he liked to shop and look nice when he go to school and stuff like that. So I pretty much kept him in that ranking form. And Greg was more the type of person that would just spend time with him, like going to the movies, or they hang out a lot because I worked a lot. So, but other than that, he was just a roundabout kid that enjoyed life. And he didn't bother with a lot of people. He mostly stayed to himself.
You know, Greg, he was 19 years old, and I heard that he was thinking of going into the Marines. I mean,
yes,
that speaks volumes as well. It really does.
yes, he was planning on going into the Marines. Matter of fact, the week that he got killed, he just got his driver's license. That was a big thing for him because he wanted to get his license and drive the car and everything. And once he got his license, he thought that was the world for him. And then he was going to try to, go into the Marines and things like that, but it never happened.
Yeah, Jeffrey, I have two boys myself, and that's part of the joy of raising children. You love them at every age, but as they get older and they start to take their little place in the world, it's amazing to watch.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I miss Dominic a whole lot. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about him. We have so much memories around the house that we can see of Dominic, but the memories doesn't compare to having him here.
No, it doesn't. Danielle Moore from the Baltimore Police Department with us. Danielle, tell us about the car, because that seems to be a key potential lead here. What details can you tell us about that vehicle?
Hello. So I first would like to extend my condolences to Mr. Jeffrey and Mr. Gregory on behalf of Baltimore County Police Department. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thanks.
As far as our investigation goes, we have information that there is a white four-door vehicle, which is believed to be a Lexus, with dark tinted windows, and that's pretty much the extent of what we have. They said they believe that the rims were, unique and that they stood out, but as of right now, we don't have anything further to place in that situation, to add to it.
Well, and the way I look at a piece of evidence like that is that even if someone didn't say they did it, I mean, people will recognize that car from that neighborhood and know who had the car with those distinctive rims, that white four-door. Gregory, Jeffrey, have you ever, have people talked about, hey, maybe I know what that car is? Have you had any conversations with folks from the neighborhood? Anyone?
No.
No.
Because I think because of the neighborhood we lived in, see, Dominic was more of an outgoing person, so he knew a lot of people in the neighborhood. And gather, we've been here for almost 25 years. We didn't know half of the people that he knew. And then when all this came about, I didn't realize that boy had so much. Everybody just loved Dominic around here. I've been here 25 years and don't have that many friends. Look at you, you're 19. You got more people around here than I do.
That's amazing.
So that's why I would never, we basically don't really go a lot of places. I mostly go work and home. And that's it. I don't venture outside unless I absolutely had to actually see that kind of car. I wouldn't see it.
No, I've seen cars that look like it, but
Yeah. And believe me, we was out there looking.
Yeah, we've been looking.
We've been looking, but you know, I guess because where it happened, that it was dark, and they might have set it up for him to be in a dark place at that time. So where it was at, where there's no cameras or anything that they could catch anything. And the restaurant that they caught the car on, it's like right around the corner. So it's like they knew what they were doing. So I feel like somebody called him to put him in that place, because I had just talked to him literally 3 minutes before all this happened. Now I'm sitting in the house. I'm not used to gunshots, so I didn't pay no attention to it. And then next thing I know, my phone was ringing. Everybody running to the door, asked me, have I talked to Dominic? And I'm like, yeah, I just talked to him 3 seconds ago. So I kept calling. I ain't getting no answer. They was like, Jeffrey, something's wrong. Never heard the ambulance. Never heard the police calls. Then I'm right down the street from where this happened at. Never heard anything.
Danielle, do we have any idea who he was speaking with at the shopping mall? He was having some interaction at the shopping mall. Do we have any leads there?
We don't know, because he had my phone and they still have his phone. They didn't release anything to us.
Yeah,
And at this time, it is still an open and active investigation, and currently homicide detectives are still diligently analyzing all information and evidence that we do have, which leads me to, we need to flush out some more leads. We need information to solve this murder, and this is where the community comes in. If we could get the community talking, we get new leads.
Yes. Well, look, we really live in a real quiet neighborhood, and I think when that happened, nobody saw anything. So it's kind of rough there because nobody saw nothing.
Yeah, because at like about 7:30, 8 o'clock, you could hear a pin drop around here. There's no action around here.
Well, Greg, can you do this for us and let us, how much would it mean for you to have that answer, to get justice in this case?
It would mean a whole lot. I can't wait for the day when they tell me, hey, look, we have suspects, or we caught the person, or whatever. I can't wait for the day. I would love for that day, just so we can have some peace and we can have some closure.
Greg Jones, Jeffrey Williams, our thoughts are with you. Thank you so much for joining us. We will stay on the story. We don't do it once and then run away from it. We will stay on it.
That is great.
And we will be persistent. Officer Danielle Moore from the Baltimore County Police, thank you for coming on as well. And folks, the phone number's on the bottom of the screen. Have it in your heart to come forward. You recognize the car. You heard something. Let police know. Let them know tonight.